Hello everyone, my name is Suhani Gupta and I am BTech third year student of Computer Science and Engineering. Today I am going to teach you some basics of HTML and Python. Let's get started with HTML. So these are the topics we're going to cover in this lecture. We're going to learn some basic of each of these topics. Let's start. Introduction to HTML. HTML is a standard markup language used to create web pages. It provides the basic structure of a web page, which is then enhanced and modified by other technologies like CSS and JavaScript. So, this is the basic structure of HTML. So, here you can see at the first line HTML, HTML root element of the page, and then head. Head contains metadata and links to style or script, and then body. Body contains the content shown to the user. HTML text formatting offers a variety of tags to format text. This include making text bold, italic, or controlling the structure with line breaks and paragraphs. So if you want to make text bold, you can use this. And if you want to add line breaks without starting a new paragraph, you can use this. And strong adds bold with emphasis. HTML links. Links allow users to navigate between different web pages or resources. They are created using the anchor tag. Href specify the URL of the link. Here you can see href specify the URL of the link, and then the target blank, open the link in a new tab. So in this way you can add this. HTML list. HTML provides two types of list, ordered and unordered. Each item in the list is defined using tag. So if you want to create an ordered list, you can use this. I also put the example of this. In this way you can use. And if you want to create an ordered list, you can use this. Next is HTML images. The images allow you to display images on web page. You can set attributes like width, height, and alternative text for better accessibility. So SRC specify the image source file, and ALT provides the alternative text when the image can't be displayed. So in this way, you can add image in your code. HTML tables. Tables help to organize data into row and columns using the table, tr, td, and ts tags. Tr defines a row. Here you can see that. And td defines the cell data, and th defines a header. Well, HTML forms. Forms collect input from users such as text, email, and passwords. They use text like form, input, and button. Actions. URL to submit the form data method. Post defines the form submissions. Here you can do this. This is the example of using forms. HTML multimedia. HTML supports embedding audio and video files directly into web pages. In this way, you just write the code of audio, and this is the example of video. HTML5 semantic. Elements improve the meaning and structure of web pages. They make the content more accessible and user-friendly. So header and footer defines each section like header, navigation, and footer. Article represents self-contained content like a blog post. In this way, you can do this. Next is HTML forms with advanced input types. HTML5 introduced new input types like email, date, and range, which improve user experience and simplify form validation. Input types is email, date, number, range, color, etc. HTML metadata. Metadata helps browser understand the content of a web page. Meta tags include information like characters, encoding, viewport, setting, and keywords. So meta cassette set the character encoding to UTF-8. Here's the example of using this. You can see, and meta can here is the viewport, control page scaling and the responsiveness of mobile devices. HTML APIs. HTML5 introduced APIs for geolocation, web storage, and other features, enabling the developer to build dynamic web applications. So this is the example of geolocation. You can say this. HTML best practices. Writing clean, well-structured, and accessible HTML improves maintainability and the user experience. It's essential to follow best practices like using comments, proper indentations, and meaningful text. If you want to add comments in your code, you can just write like this. HTML and CSS integration. HTML is often paired with CSS for styling. You can use inline CSS like this. You can use internal CSS and external CSS. HTML and JavaScript integration. JavaScript is integrated into HTML for interactive web elements. So in this way, you can integrate JavaScript into HTML. Responsive HTML design ensures websites work well on all devices. This is the example of the responsive HTML and HTML entities. In this way, you can define entities and HTML iframes. In this way, this is the example of HTML iframes. And next is Python. So these are the topics we're going to learn in this lecture. This is the basic uh, code of Python, and this is the output of this code. Python variables and data types. Python variables are dynamic types, meaning you don't need to declare their data types. Data types are automatically inferred based on the assigned value. Common data types include integer, floating points, numbers, strings, and booleans. Data types are integers, whole number without decimal point, that is 5, and floats, number with decimal points, example 3.14. Strings, text data enclosed in quotes, that is hello, and boolean, logical values true and false. So this is the basic code of using all this. This is a variable, this is float, and this is the example of string. This is boolean. So this is the output of this code. Python operators. Python supports various operators to perform operations on variables and values. These include arithmetic, comparison, logical, and assignment operators. Operators type arithmetic operations, which is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, and exponentiation. And then comparison operators, which is equal, equal, not equals, lesser than, equal to, and etc. And then logical operators, which is and, or not. So this is the basic code of we taken this two variables, and this we do addition, and next is subtraction, and then next is multiplication, and then in this we do division, and in this we do modulus, and this is the exponentiation. So this is the output of this code addition, and this is the output of the subsection, multiplication, division, and modulus, and exponentiation. Python conditional statement. Conditional statement control the flow of execution based on a condition. The condition is evaluated, and if it's true, the corresponding block of code runs. If execute the code if the condition is true, and else if provides addition conditions. If the first if is fail, then it runs, and else if none of the condition are met, then else is run. So this is the basic code of using if else, and this is the outcome. Python loops, for loop, and while loop. Loops are used to execute a block of code multiple times. For loop iterates over a sequence that is list, tuple, string, or range of numbers. While loop repeats a block of code as long as the condition is true. So this is the basic example of for loop, and this is the example of while, and this is the output of this. Python functions. Functions are reusable blocks of code that can be called whenever needed. Python supports both user-defined functions and built-in functions. So defining a function, user def keyword followed by the function name and parentheses. Return statement functions can return values using the return keywords. So here you can see this is the def function, and this is the return statement, and this is the output of this code. The sum is 30. Python list. Lists are ordered mutable collections of items. You can store multiple data types in a list and modify them after creation. So append. Add an element to the end of the list. Indexing. Access elements by their position in the list. Slicing. Extract a portion of the list. So this is the example of using this trees, and this is the output of this code. Python tuples. Tuples are immutable, ordered, ordered collections of items. Once a tuple is created, it cannot be changed. Tuples are useful for storing related data that shouldn't change, like coordinates. So this is the example of tuples, and this is the output of this code. Python and dictionaries. Dictionaries are collections of key values pairs. Each key must be unique, and you use the key to access its corresponding value. So this is the code I have written, and this is the output of this code. Python sets. Sets are unordered collections of unique elements, meaning duplicate are automatically removed. Sets are useful when you need to store unique items or remove duplicates from a list. So this is the example of set. This is the code of set, and this is the output of this code. Python string manipulation. Strings are sequences of characters, and Python provides many methods for manipulating them. So this is the example of string manipulation. If you want to convert it uppercase and convert to lowercase, you can use and write like this, uppercase and lowercase. Python list comprehensions. So list comprehensions provide a concise way to create lists. They can include conditional logic and allow for information of list items. So this is the code, how you can do this, and this is the output of this code. Python exception handling. Exception handling in Python allow you to catch and handle errors in your code to prevent the program from crashing. You can just handle your code from crashing. Use this try, except, and finally keywords. This is the example of how you can do this. And the libraries of Python. So pandas for data manipulation and analysis. And next is Flask, a lightweight web framework, and Django, a high-level web framework for rapid development. Request for making HTTP requests. OpenCV for computer vision and image processing, and PIL for image processing. So I hope you all learn a lot. Thank you for watching.